Firewatch is a game about a man who went through some shit and wants to get away from it. That's not what the game tells you in the advertisements, but that's what it is. In the start of the game, they dump a bunch of information on you about the background of the main character in the first 5 minutes. He'd been engaged to a woman, and after a long time together, they find out that she has dementia. They try to work through it, but eventually she gets to the point that she can no longer take care of herself, and he can no longer take care of her. She ends up going off to live with her parents, and he finds a job in the middle of the forest, away from everything. From the beginning of the game, you're promised a mystery. Everything that you're doing is some sort of discovery. Just hiking through the woods, finding little things here and there that people have left behind, all in the backdrop of a forest. And it's not just one mystery that you'll be taking part in. As you progress throughout the game, there are multiple different things that you have to discover. There's also a lot of character development between the main character and a woman who you talk on a radio with. As you're taking part in the mysteries, you'll be discussing them with a woman named Delilah. She herself is a bit of a mystery. At the beginning you don't know anything about her, but the way she introduces herself makes you want to know more. And you will learn more. The interactions with Delilah are what makes the game really stand out. I had a lot of fun getting to know her character, and there are plenty of humorous moments to go along with the more heavy moments.
There are 2 naked ladies out here.
Can you handle that?
The presentation of the story is done through the radio, through objects, and sometimes people that you discover. Mostly the radio. The graphics are a very large plus. A lot of your first-person interactions with the world do a lot to pull you into the game. You feel like you are Henry, and his worries become yours. The pacing isn't always the best. Although you're interacting with Delilah in the environment, sometimes it can still feel like you aren't really doing anything important. This could be because the central conflicts in the game aren't engaging enough at certain points. The middle of the game drags a bit, but the beginning and the last quarter are paced well enough. The audio is one of the things that makes the game really immersive. It's easier to get drawn in and feel like you're a part of the story when you can hear the wind blowing through the canyon, hear the sound of footsteps change on different terrain. Something as simple as hearing the voice of your character grunt can make it more engaging when it's done as well as it is in Firewatch. The 2 main voice actors do a fantastic job throughout. The only downside in terms of audio for me was the music. The music was nice, but it seemed to come in at pretty random times for no apparent reason. It becomes very noticeable when you're walking through the forest just listening to the sounds and the music randomly comes in. It was a bit jarring. Your mileage may vary, but the game didn't seem particularly well optimized considering the quality of the graphics. The graphics are great, but I don't think they should take up as many resources as they do, especially since my settings weren't all maxed. There were times where my FPS dipped to the point where it was noticeable and caused some slight annoyance. Nothing too bad, but there were times it took me out of the experience. Firewatch is a game that won't change your perspective much. It won't rattle you to your core. It won't blow you off your feet. But there are moments that will hit you. And when you find those moments, I think you'll be glad that you picked the game up. It does a decent amount of things well, and it tells a pretty engaging story that is enjoyable. And for me, that's enough. I'm sure you can decide on your own whether that's enough for you. This has been my story review of Firewatch, and I'm Melchiorus from GameClouds. Have a good night, friends.